there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Men with the it factor break all the rules. Men with the it factor. And what I mean by it factor is that charisma, that's something about them, that cool factor. What is? Because if you look at men who have that charisma, who have that it factor. I mean, I remember one author said they could be a homely man with the charisma of 10 men. And yeah, I'd be like, yeah, homely, or they could be that guy who's short-statured, or they could be that guy who got extra weight on him, or anything, everything. He could be everything. He could be everything except what people think you gotta have to get women out here. Because you got some guys thinking, well, you gotta be over 6 feet. This guy ain't over 6 feet. You gotta have that square jaw. This guy probably don't have that square jaw. And even when I say let the barber bless you, he might or might not let the barber bless him. He probably don't have money like that. But you know what he is? He's cool peoples. Because see, here's why he breaks it. Here's how that it factor breaks it. Because all that it factor is charisma. Charisma, it's not a physical thing. You can have all the physical stuff. There's been plenty of men out there, they can have that square jaw, they can have that height, they can have that body build, they can have that money, clothes, everything, and they still have trouble with women. Because see, here's the thing to understand with women, and really with people in general, but you know, we're talking about men gets women. That man who has that it factor, he's connecting with the woman emotionally. See, understand something with women. Yeah, they had that for JJ and they can see somebody who's their physical type and they can dance, but they also have other factors. They have their brain, believe it or not. Yeah, I know some guys thinking women don't think, but they can be very pragmatic about getting with a guy. Or they can get with a guy based on that for JJ. But as an ex-girlfriend said one time, some guys just tug at a woman's heart. Some men just have that factor where they just cool with a woman. They can connect with her. They can get past her defenses and all of that. They can talk to a woman. Indeed, that's why you'll see some players and they go against everything that we're teaching online. Shoot, they go against even some of the stuff I'm teaching. Like there's one guy and he hasn't posted in a while, but he'll say, Rom, he'll tell me straight up, Rom, I'll do one push-up. And yeah, I got a little bit of gut on me. But he'd be telling me about all the women he's getting. But I said, dude, you got the charisma of 10 men. He has that it factor. And it's powerful. It's powerful because what it is emotion. Now, of course, somebody will say, well, how do I develop that? Well, I'm gonna tell you what, it's very tough to develop. The reason why it's tough to develop is because most people, not just men, people, period, they have emotional conditionings. Emotional conditionings mean when they meet somebody, they see somebody, they have an emotional condition. Like I'll use racism. Many people have an emotional condition already when they see persons of a certain race. They haven't gotten to know that person. They haven't talked to that person. They making an assumption. They have an emotional condition. Or something I talk about in my book, Sexual Chemistry, where you have a woman, she wants a rich man. So that's her emotional conditioning. That's an emotional condition. So when she is around men she considers rich, she's more receptive. She got a little bit more sway in that booty. She's walking around, she's walking slower because her emotional condition is wanting a rich man. So when she's around rich men, she's more receptive. But then when she's around men that she think are poor, she's more defensive. She's walking faster and everything. She doesn't have charisma. See, a true woman with charisma will walk the same way around any man. And then take that a bit further. Even when she's talking with a man, if she's talking with a man who she think is rich because that's her emotional condition, oh, she'll be looking at him. Her breastises will be pointed towards him. Her vajayjay be pointing towards him. She'll have a more open body language. but she have a conversation with some guys she think are poor or don't have that money like that, she's gonna be defensive. She'll give him her side or something like that. And you see that all the time. Like when you have some men, they'll see that dime, that woman that consider her a dime. And even though she's mean to them, they're a lot nicer to her. But then when they're around a woman who isn't on that level, they're a different way. Shoot, I've seen this myself. I remember I took way back in the day. I took these two women to see this, it was a Prince movie. It was a Prince movie, one after the other. Now I took the first one. Now she was fine, and we would end up doing some stuff later on. We ain't gonna get into it years later. But when we first went out, it was all right, and I was like, that movie ain't it. I was like, yeah. But then when I went out with the final one the next time, it was like, oh, that was a great time. And then I look back at that and I say, hold up. I should have been the same way both times. Now, see, someone with that it factor, they going to be open towards people. See, that's one of the things. That's why they click with people. That's why if you use something we would say in the DC area, they cool peoples. They can talk with everybody. They can chat it up. They have the gift of gab. They can talk with everybody because they don't have any conditionings on what they're saying. They can draw people to them. Because one of the things that people don't talk about, people want, they want to connect with people emotionally. Even men want to connect with people emotionally. But someone with charisma, with that it factor, they can do that. They got something to them because they're open to people. They're not judging people. They letting people come to them. They're able to talk with anybody. They can chat it up. The it factor, like I said, it was also called the gift of gab. They can talk with anybody, anywhere. They're not judging them based on their gender, their race, their social class, or whatever. They'll just talk with whoever. And you have some men who have that. Some men, there are very few. But most men don't have that. Most men don't have that. That's why you have so many men thinking, oh, well, I got to have money. And so, but when they run into some women who that money isn't impressing, they don't know what to do. Or even body game. I'm going to say even body game. A dude might get all muscular and stuff, but a woman might not like that particular body. In general, women like muscular bodies, but that particular woman might not like that particular body. Or even height. Because even on that show, what I call the gift that keeps on giving, there's been 2 times a woman has said a man was too tall for him. Not just once, twice. That sounds like, whoa, wait a minute. But see, that's a condition. A woman with charisma, she'd just get to know the guy. She wouldn't be tripping. Or she wouldn't be tripping over what type of clothes he's wearing. They could just talk with anybody. And a man who has that, he can talk with anybody. See, that's the key. I would say the best way to develop it is try to remove any emotional conditions as to why you want to talk with somebody, or get rid of preconceived notions about anybody. And that's tough. That's tough. Usually the men who have the it factor, they usually had it since they were children. They usually had it since they were young. You can just see it. It's like, oh yeah, we just gonna be cool. We just gonna be cool. Like, I ain't gonna go there. I was about to use another example, more personal example. I decided not to. But it's something to think about. It's something to think about. And like I said, if you want to develop it, you have to get rid of your emotional conditions, which is tough to do. It is very tough to do. So, but just want to let you know, those guys still out there. You get some guys, they'll look at me and say, body game, I don't care. They got charisma. I know a couple guys, they just got charisma like crazy. You just want to talk with them because they ain't tripping over anybody. All right. So anyway, that's all I have for right now. And I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.